Hey everybody, it's Doom here, and we're in part 2 of the giant owl. Owl, comma, giant. In the Monster Manual 3.5. So I hit him with a very lazy black undercoat, and now I'm going to get a brush that's really soft, and I'm going to just paint him all gray and brown. So for the gray, I'm using a lighter color than normal. I'm going to use this dark blue gray. I've been liking this a lot lately. It's a pretty decent color. It's got okay coverage. I'm just going to dip my brush and get it damp, but I'm not trying to saturate it or make it too wet. And I'm going to do my owl in like whites and grays. I think that's what I want to do. You do yours how you want. If I had been smart, I would have looked at some reference pictures of owls before I did this project. Don't worry, I am not smart, and I did not do that. We can look at the reference art in the book, however, and come to some kind of conclusion from that, I am sure. Now that merman head looks a little more like a cat head than an owl head, which worked out for the action figure Skunkor. It looked okay on him. I know that they were probably thinking, man, we gotta get our money's worth out of these molds. How many people are gonna buy Merman and Skunkor? And then they could have made Cator and I don't know, something else that had like that, or they could have made an Owlor, I suppose. Maybe. I find it very, very easy to be true when I buy Masters of the Universe Dollar Store Tree. I can't even English today. See, this is why I shouldn't sing, because I don't know any words. La 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 la. Okay. Just for a little perspective, you want to see him next to a size medium miniature. So yeah, he could probably ride him. I'm not sure how good it would be of a ride, but he could do it. I decided I need to get a new workbench at some point. Mine's getting pretty rickety. I've had it for a long time. And I never took care of it. And after we moved, it's just never been the same. So I think it's about time to get it. I want like a fancy pegboard one too. I don't want like a chintzy one. I want a handy dandy schmancy dancy one. And for the base, I'm just getting in here and getting it all brown. Then I'm going to come back in with some gray on them rocks. Sorry, on those rocks. I know, English, I'm trying. I need something smaller to get in there. I can't quite get in there with that. Okay. And we'll just kind of let that sit and do what it's going to do. And we'll hit this with a +2 hot air gun to burn them. +2 hot air gun burning. I know you guys love when I use magic items. Alright, let's see. I don't know if this is the makeup brush I exactly want to use. It's pretty soft. I had this one that's like softer. It has like no structure though. I'm going to use this one. It has no structure whatsoever. And I'm going to lighten this up. And to lighten it up, I'm just going to get some of that dark gray blue. Some of the sky blue. Some of the sky rizzy. And then you want to just paint against the grain where you can. And this isn't super dry, but it's not getting down in every crack. Then I'll lighten that up a little more. Nice. And we want to make sure we hit the underside fairly well too. Because if I'm not mistaken, the underside's significantly lighter than the top of the wings on these like white gray owls. Again, I didn't look at any reference art, so I'm talking out of my ass here. I can smell it, you can't. But I assure you, if you're in the shop, you'd be like, oh yes, that's out of his ass. I'm going to lighten that up significantly more. I'm going to start working on the underside pretty good. Get that really light. You're probably thinking, why are you using blue? Well, because if you just use grays to work it down in there, what will happen is it'll look like it's in black and white. It'll be very dull and grungy. So if you use like blues to tone it down to a grayish blue, to a white, you'll get a better in-game result. And then I'm going to do the bottom backs of the wings with that extra light. And the tip of the tail some. Okay. The underside looks a little lighter. Looking for white, hold on. Alright, here we go. Here's some white. Is that plugged up? Nope. It's just almost empty. I got another white over there. I'm not too worried about it. So what I want to do is get that and mix it with that bluish white. Okay. And this might be way too light, but we'll know in a moment. La 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 la. Make sure you hit the feet and the legs while you're in there. Lighten it up. Catch the sides of his body pretty light. And you want to get back here and do this tail up pretty good. And the undersides of the wings should be looking about done at that point. Alright. I'm going to hit his face and give it some more love. I'm not sure what color their beaks are when they're like this. I think they're black. I think their claws are black, their talons or whatever. Now I'm just getting white and nothing but white. I'm pretty pleased. All right, let's do these rocks down here. And to do this, we're going to get my favorite color on earth, parchment, or pavement. Sorry, not parchment. We're going to give these guys a little bit of spluter of paint. And we're not going for perfection here. Remember, perfection is not a prerequisite of a good craft. Sometimes those little weird mistakes and follies turn out to be endearing features on a craft. Not every time. It seems like more often than not they've been doing that lately. Just being extra. Okay. We're going to let those cool down for a minute. I mean dry. I'm going to get a small brush. I'm going to get some black paint. I'm going to hit this flight stand best I can. And I think I got it all, but I'm not sure. I'm going to do the fronts of his little feet. Just to simulate talons. I'm going to get in between them toes. Get the outsides and underneath. I'll do the back parts too. Okay. I think that mouth is what ruined it. He looks kind of like a bat. But I don't think from a distance you'll really notice it too much. We're going to hit him with a +2 hot air gun real quick. Now let's get a yellow and do his eyes. I'm going to get that brush Mrs. Doom bought me for my birthday, the insane detail brush, which I don't usually use. Bop. And I'm going to get this crappy brush here. I use this quite a bit. You've seen it. I got two different grays here. The first one's granite gray. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a dibby dib of this. And I'm going to hit some variation on these big stones. With this elephant. And then I'm going to come back with this granite and do something kind of like that too, but with less paint on the brush. And I'm just going to hit mostly the tops. Okay. I need to get rid of a little bit of this mono look, this plain look on the base. I should have done that earlier when it was still wet. It's a lot easier. But I'm just going to take that, mix in with that. I'm going to drag it around in some spots and just kind of make that a little more interesting and not so boring. I can't really rationalize using flock on this, but I guess we can put a little on there. But let me first paint black around the outside. And I think we're about getting ready to call this. So I'm going to get my brush. Make sure it's damp, moist, not damp. Oh, I need that black just real quick too. Look at this. Where's a tiny brush at? I'll use a tiny little brush here. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. Bah! Alright, we're about ready for the unveiling, or comparison I should say, from the Monster Manual to what we did. I am warning you in advance. I did not set out to give it the same paint job as the Monster Manual. I did, however, set out to try to make it look nice. Ish. As nice as I could for my financial contribution to building it. So there's the Training a Giant Owl section with that. Oh, they did theirs in like a kind of a gray speckled and white, much whiter than mine. But anyways, there you go. That's their owl. That's our owl. That's how big their owl is in comparison to an orc. I don't have an orc sitting here, but I do have a human, or a half elf, I should say. And ours seems a little bigger than their reference art. But that's okay. You'll have that. Anyways, I'm Doom. This is the Giant Owl, or Owl, comma, Giant. And if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. I know in part 1 I thought this was going to turn out terrible, but the paint job kind of saved it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. What else? Comment. I like that. Share it if you want to do that. And there's other stuff. I don't know. You know that stuff. Do that stuff. Come to our website, buy some miniatures. We really need everyone's support buying miniatures because we run this business out of our basements. All of Dungeon Swag is pretty much 2 dudes and their spouses sometimes. And basically we sell a mystery box of miniatures you get every month. And they're not really a mystery. I do kind of tend to be a spoiler guy. This month is Orcs because it's Orktober. But get on there and buy some miniatures from us and help us out. That'd be amazing if you could. If you can't, that's fine. And we're not going to hold that against you or blame you in any way. We know that times are tough for a lot of people right now, and I'm not immune to that myself. But come to the Discord hangout, show us what you're painting, show us what you're working on, what you're building. We got a dude on there carving wood up. We got a lady on there crocheting and doing really amazing stuff with the wool. And of course, we got, you know, your terrain and miniature painter people and stuff too. So we got quite a mix of people on there doing interesting things that we'd like to see what you're into. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.